decided to make a new video. As you know, I finished my scrying research. Actually, I'm not planning new research now. As actually, I did all I could in my mental state and with my education. As you know, I finished a symbol scrying quiz, and it was quite successful. As about 16 or 18 photos were fully recognized by many people in although it was about 25% of people fully recognizing those photos, but there were some cases when 40% of people or even 50-80% of people recognized the photos fully recognized the full words on those photos. But another fact is that actually there was the main variant of words which I recognized, and it was partly repeated in other answers. So, for example, some people fully recognized the word and it coincided with my interpretation, but many more people recognized several letters from the word. They partially recognized the word, so there was some slightly different variants, but it all resembled each other. So actually the percent of recognized letters was even higher than 25%. And well, the quite good recognition was in 5 or 6 photos, more than 30%, but almost no photos, 1 or 2 letters were recognized, and sometimes 3 or 4 letters were recognized, and people usually repeated such variants, slightly different variants, well, as I said. So actually it all shows that indeed there is some meaningful information in water glares, and it actually there is some textual information, words and texts that can be recognized by many people. Well, as I think maybe every fourth person can decipher water scrying correctly, maybe even more, because actually it all depends on the quality of photos, and you know, I chose quite good quality photos for that test, but the quality could be done even better with a better technique. So I think it has some perspective. Well, as you know, I also did water alphabet. I sorted out different variants of each letter in water. I compared it, and I made some collages with it. I think it also can help people decipher water words. And you know, earlier in the last year I wrote some articles about my research. You know that the main research included projecting thoughts, one's own thoughts, guessing some personal info, and also solving math problems, and guessing some words picked by other people. They wrote words on a piece of paper or on a file, and I tried to guess it. Well, I won't repeat the results. You can read in my articles in my blog. But now I mostly do thought projection, or sometimes receiving some meaningful answers to my questions through water. I still do this in the form of words. as to experiments with word guessing, uh, to guess a word that another people picked. I did several more experiments, 3 experiments, and two were unsuccessful and one was successful. So again, about 30% results, as it was in earlier experiments. But as you know, projecting one's own thoughts can be attained in almost in every case, 100%. And it's a rather interesting activity, but I want to say I got a bit tired during the 3 years, and I got tired to do this all alone, and that no one helps me in research, and I really wish actually my dream is to write a good scientific paper on it, some report, so that it could be published in some scientific magazine. But it's rather hard. I may be seeking for co-authors and for some consultations. I don't know. I just seek some cooperation with scientists. And first I seek cooperation with scientists in my own country. But so far I didn't achieve much in this. Well, some paranormal researchers were interested in my work, and my work was published on some paranormal research sites, but that is also fun. I know that actually many people do symbol scrying now, and they get words from water, but no official experiments are done so far. Well, I think maybe it's for the future, maybe something will change when such scrying results get more spread, and when scientists have some motivation to check it or to debunk it. I don't know. I think right now I don't want to do much water scrying anymore, as I did everything I could in this field. I tried to clear out the situation around words and water. Now I want to do something else, return to my blogging, to my creativity, and you know why I don't do water pictures anymore, because it actually takes much time to sort out lots of data. I mean pictures of faces or some plots in water. It is rather hard and time consuming, so I almost stopped doing this now. Actually I'm quite busy with my own life, and my life is difficult, and I was quite interested in water scrying, and I liked to spend my time studying it. But you know, it is still not a professional activity, and it's just amateur research, and we need some more serious work in this field. But you know, I face some criticism. I hear people say that I have to stop it because it is not scientific enough, and that I'm not educated enough for this. But you know, some people with more education than me, they didn't do what I did, and I actually want only to benefit water reflection method, to make people research it better. I think, well, maybe I'm not a very reliable source of information, but still the methods that I show people, the methods are working, and they can be indeed used in life. And I'm trying not to get upset if people say that my ideas are fake or misleading. You know, I can't just delete all data in my blog. I think it is valuable, and due to the facts I've discovered, I've come to a conclusion that it is indeed important, and at least it has to be cleared out it has to be studied better, because if it means something and I suddenly delete it, or it looks not good, as if I conceal some information. I don't want to conceal important information. And if my theory, my conception is not important, then uh, it can be disproved, and people will study it and they will see that there is nothing in it, and surely some articles will be written if it gets spread. I think actually the truth about reality can't be wrong. The truth is the truth, and it has to be made known, even if the truth is not compatible with scientific theories, with present scientific theories. But actually the facts that I show you, they are all true and valid, and I think those facts, they objectively exist, and it is some objective data, and no matter what I think about my theory, I may be 19% sure of my theory, not fully sure, but people can look at the results, the paranormal results in my blog, and they can decide for themselves whether my theory is valid or not. So that's it. I often face some incredulity, or ignoring me, or even some abuse, but I try not to get despaired. I still think that people will listen to my ideas and will try to check it. So maybe it's a matter of time when people decide to check this all somehow. Well, that is all I wanted to say about my theory. But I want to add that actually it is getting more serious for me, as this year I'm actually gathering more and more information every year, and it's getting clear to me that it is something really existing and serious, and it can be of more value than I thought earlier. So I just hope that humanity will decide something about my data, and actually that I am not creating any sects or cults. I'm only standing for scientific research. My aim is promoting scientific research of such data, and I really wish to bring some good to humanity. I don't want any harm. So this is all I wanted to say, and you can read the results of that symbol scan quiz in my blog. Thanks for watching.